I always get so excited by this music.
Yes.
It's like hyping you up.
We're dancing as well, and
yeah.
outside of the screen a little bit.
How are you, Jay?
I'm good. It's early. It's 8 a.m. here, so I haven't had my morning coffee yet. So if I fall asleep, just send me something that keeps me awake. No,
if you
I'll
get
be
cranky,
fine.
we'll know why.
Yeah,
definitely.
exactly. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. It's Friday evening here in Norway, so that's nice. Weekend very soon, or I feel like this is already the weekend. Yeah, I mean,
right. Well, you have a nice weekend. Here in the US, we have a 3-day weekend as well, so everybody's also going to disappear.
Oh, that's amazing! I like that. Okay, we have some exciting news today. We have some guests, don't we, Jay?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do actually. We kind of already announced it, but anyway, we wanted to give them a warm welcome and a real proper introduction. So we're excited to have Brian and Devang here to talk about real-time intelligence.
Woohoo!
Good morning.
Hello, guys.
Hello. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Excited to be here. It's my first live stream. Did you know that?
Your first live stream ever?
We feel honored.
Live stream ever, yeah.
Wow. We should have done more to commemorate that occasion.
Yeah, your first chance to see Devang live.
Yeah, Devang live.
Live or live?
This is what we should have called it.
Devang live. And then what about Brian?
Yes.
Anyway.
Sorry, Brian. You're old news. Yeah.
It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Brian is a celebrity, so everyone knows Brian.
Okay, so maybe we should do introductions then. Brian, who are you?
Totally.
I'm Brian. Hello. I'm from Denmark. I'm a data platform MVP. And in case you didn't follow along on LinkedIn, then I'm pretty much into real-time analytics. Sorry, real-time intelligence.
Yeah. So you're in the right place then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Today
so we did get the right guests then eventually.
Yes.
Cool. So then, but you're not the only one here, of course. We also have Devang. So Devang.
Yes, hi. Thank you, Martha and Jay, for having me over. I'm Devang, based in Paris. I work for Microsoft. I'm part of the Fabric Customer Advisory team, the CAT team, the Fabric CAT team. And within that CAT team, I focus 100% on real-time intelligence, the logos that you see on my left and on your right, I think.
Everywhere. Exactly. Awesome. Well, thanks again for joining, and thanks for being here. And I'm excited to learn more about real-time intelligence, not analytics. Let's just get started, I think.
Yes, there was some quite cool announcement happening at Build, because Devang, you're actually there, right?
Indeed.
Build.
Indeed. I am in Seattle right now. Spent last 3 days at Build, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Was super, super, super excited to see Satya announce real-time intelligence. Then it was an Arun's keynote and Scott's keynote. I think it's just been fantastic to see that happen. We've spent a ton of time last 6 to 9 months building these capabilities, building these features, and getting these announced at Build, getting the limelight. Feels great, feels special. And by the way, it was my first time at Build. I've never been at Build. It's my first time. So
I saw the trend here, Devang. There's loads of first times here.
Indeed.
Like first time it was announced, of course, publicly announced, blah, blah, blah. That's easy. First time for you is Build, first time live stream. What else is the first time?
First time I was also at the booth. I did booth duty. I was answering questions from community, customers, partners, etc. So it was fun, and a lot of firsts in the sense I met some of my colleagues who I've only been seeing on the screen but never saw them in person. So yeah, plenty of firsts. Yeah, great trip.
And then awesome. With all the firsts comes the goal of making seconds and thirds and fourths, right? So, well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad that you're enjoying all the firsts.
Definitely.
Totally.
You have some stuff to show us, don't you?
Yeah, we do actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot to show you, and yeah, I couldn't bear myself with my childish mouse hand to change it to intelligence, because there's a new name on the blog. It is no longer real-time analytics. It is now called real-time intelligence.
Wow.
And we are here to tell you why. Because I think a lot of people might be wondering why. Like, why did
Oh,
Microsoft
yes.
go from
Good
real-time
idea.
analytics to
Great.
real-time intelligence? So we definitely want to tell you that. So
I guess the eternal rename committee at Microsoft got busy again, right? That's what's happening.
well,
Blame the marketing.
yeah, it's a little bit of a rename, but it's also adding capabilities, adding
Sure.
features to make it a little bit more comprehensive in terms of what we want to offer and how we believe customers can benefit from handling their live data. Well, by the way, it also says live stream, so it's cool. It's all about live stream, real time. That's where we are moving.
Cool. Well, and of course, RTI sounds way better than RTA. So
RTI. It sounds like a model from a car that goes extremely fast.
yes. Well, isn't that what this is?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
So Devang,
But
should we start by answering that question? Why intelligence, not analytics?
That's a great question. So as you know, when Microsoft Fabric went into preview at Build last year, 2023, we had introduced real-time analytics with some capabilities and features like KQL database, event stream, and data activator and stuff. And post that, we did a number of customer interviews. We got a ton of customer feedback, and we understood that when customers want to bring or deal with their event data, real-time data, they're looking for more streamlined, simplified, intuitive experiences in Fabric. So that's why we decided to add new capabilities, and that's where we introduced Real-Time Hub. And it's not just about analytics, but it's about bringing this operational real-time streaming data into Fabric, being able to work on it in a very intuitive way. And we wanted to go away from product-centric experiences to more, how do customers want to deal with their event data? How would they want to work with it? Alert it, visualize it, act on it, etc. So we thought intelligence fits much better because that's what customers are trying to get out of their real-time data rather than just pure analytics. Because it's not just about analysis or analytics; it's about much more you can do with that data. So we thought real-time intelligence goes well, and we say Power BI, business intelligence. So we said, hey, it kind of goes together, and I think it will catch on. Hopefully,
it will. And I also I found it natural for me quite fast actually to just say real-time intelligence. So yeah, it is great.
So then there's hope. But there's a cool thing because, I feel like the real-time intelligence hub and everything that you've done now, also previously before Build, because I'm coming from the data analyst perspective. I started out with Power BI, and then real-time was just something weird that I like. This is difficult. I can't do that. That's a different system. I need another tool for that. I'm never gonna touch it because that's the experts that only do that. They care about that stuff, and I can't do that. But now, after the first, also the previous version of real time, suddenly I was like, oh, event streams, I can do this. Oh, their organization now you can actually solve these problems too. I know you actually want this and that. That's been really cool. So,
so we already have the first user. We already have the first happy user in Martha. But I think, Martha, you make a very valid point. I think what you shared, that customers, users have found difficult to work with real-time data. And they kind of stay away, nah, this is not for me. This is someone's,
Yes, it is it requires too much. A different system, a different something, different experts. Yeah.
Indeed. And that's exactly the problem we wanted to solve. Why does it have to be difficult? Why does it have to be complex? Why can't end users, business users, non-technical users still work with real-time data? Because think about it. Data is always generated continuously. Data is always generated real time, right? Data is always coming, whether you're dealing with cards or telemetry data, whether it's logs from your systems, whether it's your home automation system, data is just continuously getting generated, arriving, etc. So we really wanted to make it simple for users to deal with this real-time data. So that is why the whole idea of real-time hub, having low-code, no-code interfaces, doing things visually. Because I think a lot of us also love to work visually, right? What we can see, if we can work with that and handle that, I think we make better decisions. So yeah, that's what we were after, and hopefully that lands well with all the users and people watching this, and they discover the value as well.
I mean,
Really
I
cool
think
to
it's
see.
a great story, and I absolutely agree that real time was always hard to do, and we kind of shied away from it as analysts. And it's exciting to hear that we're making strides towards the goal of like basically democratizing that as well. Right.
Indeed.
So yeah, exciting. So cool.
I also think it's a matter of showing the market and the clients that are candidates for using real time is how easy it actually is to get started, and
Right.
what amazing capabilities you get out of real time intelligence. Out of real time services with a few clicks with the mouse. It's
So
just
how easy is it to get started then? I mean,
it
shouldn't
is
you be
like
putting
it
your
is
money
like
where your mouth is? Show us.
Yeah, sure. We have, I think, 2 more slides, and then we can do a short
Okay.
demo.
Okay, I got excited. Sorry.
So, Devang, you have been talking about what real-time intelligence actually is, but there is one more slide where we have a from and to situation. Perhaps we should dive just a few minutes into that, and then we can jump over to the new stuff.
Indeed. So, Jay and Martha already talked about the difficulties of real-time data, and kind of people have stayed away from real-time data. And that is because traditionally you needed to, put together multiple different systems, one to capture real-time data, to stream real-time data, then to store real-time data, and then analyze it and visualize it and act on it. So you have to wire up a number of different things together. And that's what made it difficult. So that's why we came up and say, let's make it unified. Fabric already built this unified SaaS platform, and if you could add real-time capabilities on it, you get everything in one place, and you have a familiar experience, familiar interface. You don't have to think, okay, now why does it work differently? No, it works the same way. You find things in the same places in Fabric because it lives on the promise of Fabric. Number two, you talked about skills. Advanced skills required to handle real-time data, and we're like, no, it doesn't have to be. We have the technology, we have the products, we have the capabilities. So let's put it out there. Let's put it in Fabric and make it easier. And I think you may have heard, and I may be biased here, but faster batch data processing, it doesn't really work, because our belief is data is always generated continuously in real time. So capture it real time, act on it real time, because that's what organizations want to make decisions, right? As in, who wants to know what happened 2 days ago? I want to know now, right? As in, when you stream movies, you want to stream now. When you want to watch news, I think watching 8 p.m. news is kind of getting a bit old-fashioned. I think people want to see the news on Twitter or LinkedIn or whatever. So we are in the real-time world, right? That's how we are living as consumers. So even the enterprises also want to have information, insights, and what's happening in real time. So that's really where we are going with this, and hopefully customers and organizations and partners also see that value, and they can derive it from real-time intelligence in Fabric.
Right. Cool.
I totally agree, and also when I demo things at conferences around real-time stream processing, I don't do a single line of code when doing stream processing through event streams. It's just a matter of clicking with my mouse and selecting the stuff that I need, and then I'm good to go. Of course, afterwards I need to use a bit of KQL magic, but it is not that hard actually. So, one more slide, and with the announcement of the real-time hub, and then we can dive into the things, I guess.
Indeed. So I think this Microsoft Fabric slide has been out there for at least 12 months, I believe so. So you have seen those boxes, very familiar boxes. So what you see different here is we have real-time intelligence, which replaces real-time analytics and data activators. So if you rewind your memory a little bit, maybe a month ago, you would have seen 2 boxes, real-time analytics, and then a red color icon with data activator. Those 2 boxes get combined, they become one single capability in Fabric, and that's what is called real-time intelligence. So that's the change, that's the difference that you will notice. Number 2 change that you see on the slide is you only had one lake, the unified data foundation. There was only one horizontal bar. Now there's a second one. It's called real-time hub, and this is the most exciting thing that we've been working on, like real-time hub, Mixita catalog. But I don't want to I don't want to talk about it through slides. I think Brian is going to show it to you, and it's lovely. It's we are so excited launching talking about Real-Time Hub, because it kind of brings everything together in one single place, and I think that's what
I wanted to make sure that actually people caught the fact that Data Activator is now basically being assimilated into real-time intelligence, right? Together with real-time analytics. Is that where some of the confusion from build was, where people were like, wait, so they didn't connect the dots between real-time intelligence being like basically the superset of real-time analytics and Data Activator, right? Because it felt like Data Activator was a new kid on the block. Why replace it? It's essentially, you're saying it's not being replaced. It's just basically we're expanding the scope of this whole thing, combining it with real-time analytics into a new mix, which you call real-time intelligence, right?
Yes, indeed. And I think the word is, we want to make it intuitive, and I think we'll show it to you as part of this walkthrough. Previously, think about it. Before real-time intelligence, you got your data in, you created a Power BI report, and on your Power BI report, you had to click on Set Alert, and then you can have Data Activator. Now the stream comes in, and you can start acting on that stream. So we really wanted to blend Data Activator capabilities into the whole workflow that our typical our customers follow. So it just becomes much easier, and I think that's the native integration, intuitive experience building. That's what we've done. So Data Activator still is there, lives there, doesn't go away. If you want, you can create a Reflex or a Data Activator by yourself as well without using Real-Time Hub. But we just made it intuitive. That word is intuitive.
Yeah.
And I already complained about this to you guys, but that means that like people like me, that we have these really nice t-shirts, they're no longer valid. So some of the merch needs to be changed.
They're collector's items now, Martin.
Value now. Exactly.
And Martha,
I mean, remember back in the days when Data Activator was a thing, or it had its own logo?
Exactly. That's how you can show you're getting
That's how old I am.
Yes. I still have the gray original I've got the Power BI shirt.
Oh,
that's like from 9 years ago.
I know.
Yeah. I just saw a comment on the screen that people are now seeing that my Fabric trial it only has 22 days left. That is correct, because now
is there any way you can give us more?
We are now finally getting the countdown from the Fabric trial, so that is correct. Well, back to the Fabric things here, and the real-time. The new real-time hub is now found as a main menu, I would say, in the left bar here, right there, real-time hub, with the new logo of, I don't know, is that I don't know what it is, but it
looks like a ship with a sail or something to me.
Yes, there's no waves or something. Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of a history.
It's the Fabric logo the other way. Ish.
No. It's not Fabric logo the other way.
It's sort of the Fabric.
It is something to do with the river, I guess, right, or something.
Yeah. So before we launched Real-Time Hub, internally this feature was called as One River.
Exactly.
That was the code name. If you now look at it more closely, it may look like a river. Multiple streams coming together into a river, and that river flows into a lake. That's how we were working. So internally, for the longest time, we were calling it as One River. But it was a code name project. As it happens with Microsoft.
These are the background stories we want to know, Devang. So that's great.
I mean, I have another one for you, because we have real-time analytics. We'll very soon also have very slow-moving analytics. That's called One Glacier.
The Glacier Hub.
With we have that sound effect?
Anyway, sorry.
So let's dive into the real-time hub. It is actually, if I click this, I will be guided into the real-time hub preview. It is right now in preview. This one, preview. And I'm presenting with 3 options here: data streams, Microsoft sources, and Fabric events. We will dive into them individually, but let's start with data streams. In data streams, I see all the items that are now existing in my Fabric tenant that I have access to, for objects that contain real-time data and artifacts that handle real-time data in any way. If we look at the logos, it is actually shown twice, because this is a table and this is also a table. So the logos are there twice, the event streams and the event streams. So I'm told twice that this is an event stream or this is a table. And then Right now, I only have these two. I don't know, Devang, will there come more artifacts in this list as we go along in time?
Right now, so you're right. So what you see on the screen is a table, automotive table from a taxi data KQL database. So that's the item, and taxi data can have multiple tables. So then each of those tables will show up as data streams. So you can have your tables in KQL database also available as streams. So you can also work with them directly instead of having to go and discover them inside the database. And similarly, when you see, for example, my stocks as an event stream, an event stream can have actually multiple streams, and then all those streams show up as individual streams under an event stream. So right now, it is the data that you have or tables that you have in your KQL database and event house and streams in event streams. But yes, there will be more things coming in this space. So keep watching. We're going to keep adding some interesting, cool data streams that you may want to work with here.
Great.
Real-time hub will become like this one single place where you can find all your streams. That's the goal.
So if I scroll a bit down here, you will also
think about it as a workspace.
Oh, good question. Is Real-Time Hub a workspace?
No, Real-Time Hub is not a workspace. Real-Time Hub cuts across workspaces. So in this case, for example, Brian is currently working out of a real-time workspace. But if Brian's colleague has another workspace, let's call it as workspace 2, then the streams created in workspace 2 will also show up in Real-Time Hub. So Real-Time Hub is at tenant level, not at workspace level.
It's sort of like the One Lake hub, data hub, right?
Indeed.
You can see the whole picture.
Exactly.
You see there's a little separation between workspace and Real-Time Hub. So everything above the separation is actually across tenants. So you can see it, and then everything below is workspace level.
Great. Okay, so if we dive into one of my stuff, so we don't show any things here. Load taxi data. I know this one. If I click this directly from the Real-Time Hub, I'm actually being guided directly into all the artifacts around this event stream. And I can begin to see in my top right corner, right there, the incoming and outgoing messages on that event stream. Right now, it is only streaming in. I don't send messages out, and it is what it is. And hopefully, when we get into a production environment at a client or something, we will see other spikes other than just the normal things going in from a demo dataset.
Indeed.
I also see that I have a connector to my sample data, New York City taxis the sample data, and I also see that the event stream is handling the event stream, and I also see the sync here. I see the KQL database. I name my things in my demo environment as they are. So this is a KQL database, and so I have a connector, I have the destination, and I also have the element handling all my data streams.
Indeed. And you see upstream and downstream. So that's a way to qualify, or that's a way to identify, your data is coming upstream from a sample data endpoint, and it's going downstream into a KQL database. So that, that's how you can see, use the column to see what's upstream, what's downstream, and you can follow the journey. Because right now, Brian has just one upstream source and one downstream destination.
Yeah.
But we can imagine that organizations might have multiple upstream sources and multiple destinations. You can create all those complex streams as well, multiple sources feeding data, and then multiple different destinations receiving that data as well. So,
can I not use the lineage view to see something like that? Because this would be a great place for like a diagram showing me how data is flowing, no?
That's an amazing question, Jay. So the lineage view works. Yeah, amazing. So lineage view works with fabric items.
Right.
Event stream, KQL database, semantic model, Power BI report, data warehouse, or a lakehouse artifact, right? So lineage view is for fabric items.
Mm-hmm.
The streams that you create are living inside an item, and that's not what you visualize with lineage view. So that is why when you go inside the event stream, and shortly I think Brian is going to get there, you will see how your stream is built inside the event stream. So that's imagine this way: if this is level 1 lineage view, you want to you double click it, and then you go into level 2 lineage view where you see how your data is flowing from multiple sources to a destination. So yeah.
So then Anthony is asking, before we actually get to where you guys want to go, will we get folders in the Real-Time Hub to separate out event streams and artifacts?
Oh, let me answer that one. I know that one. There's a filter here, so I can actually now select if I only want to do C streams or C tables or C other things. I can filter on owners. I can filter on items. These are the item names. And I can also filter on the workspaces here. This is location. Perhaps location will, or workspaces will be expanded in some way because the naming here is not the same. It is now just location. But I can now filter stuff. So do I need a folder? Not from my point of view. I'm quite okay with only doing the filtering, and then I can see the things that I need to see. I don't need an abstraction, an additional abstraction level on top of my artifacts because I can just filter it. So I don't know if folders will come, but right now I don't need it.
Yeah, but I'm listening. I'm taking notes. So if folders is what our users want, we will definitely take it as feedback and see if we can do something about it.
I think Fernando has a good point, right? Like these kind of like little examples of how you know that there's different teams working on specific features, right? People love folders over in the regular workspaces, right? I mean, it took us many years to build something like folders. People are all over it. And then, of course, now the next question is, well, here's this new thing to play with. Why doesn't it have folders yet, right? So,
yeah, exactly.
But just to kind of have a clear perspective. So when you create a workspace, in workspace you can create an event stream. You can have a reflex item. You can have a real-time dashboard. You can have a Power BI report, all working on the same stream. All your real-time intelligence related Fabric items can be inside a folder inside a workspace. So yes, you can organize it logically based on your projects or however you want to do it, right?
Yes.
But that is not going anywhere. That is very much there. That's native Fabric feature and functionality. That doesn't change. Real-time hub, as Fernando was mentioning and Jay, you explained as well, it just puts everything together in one single place. It's kind of your discovery of the streams that you have in your organization. So you don't have to go and find it and discover it. So that's why we have not created a folder view there, but you have all those filters just to kind of get to what you want instead of like going through folders. So that's why. So that's the differentiation you should keep in mind. Your workspace folders remain there. They're not changing. Real-time hub gives you full discovery of your streams.
And there was a question about task flows too, because so then you can use task flows with the real-time items in the workspace. Probably.
Yes.
But then you wouldn't use that in the real-time hub because that's just your discovery, monitoring, having the control place.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Cool. We are derailing your demo, so please.
That's fine. Keep the discussion coming. I just clicked the go to the event stream button here, and we will now demo two things because this is the old look and feel of the event streams because this event stream has been going on for like ages because I collect data for demos. But we still see some new stuff here. If we start from the left side, this is more or less the flow of data. This is the source, and then I can transform data here, and then I'm just syncing it into my KQL database right there. But the new feature is this active one. So Devang, is it correctly understood that I can now disable or pause an event stream so I don't get new data in?
Yes, that feature is coming. You will be able to pause event streams. Don't have to keep it running all the time if you don't want to. So that feature is coming. So this is, as Brian said, the old version of, or the existing version of event stream. When you now try to create a new event stream, you get a little checkbox. The checkbox is going to come.
I will show you
where you can have enhanced capabilities.
Yes, and I will go to real time. So if I create a new one here, a new event stream, I'm presented with this one.
Yeah.
Let me zoom a bit. What is that? Enhanced capabilities. What is this?
So what we've done in event stream is we've given it some more features and capabilities where now you have a much richer canvas to build all your complex event processing logic. Right? So imagine you might be getting JSON streams or JSON data from your source. and you want to expand JSON arrays, you want to rename fields, you want to create a tumbling window. You can time window analysis, right? Want to do tumbling window, sliding window analysis. What happened in every 5-minute interval as my data is arriving? You can do all kind of that complex processing using drag and drop features in the new event stream capabilities. So that's what we've introduced as part of real-time intelligence announcements done earlier this week. So a richer canvas, and there's another cool feature which we call it as derived streams. So imagine you have bike sharing data. So you are taking data, all the bike sharing data from the country of Switzerland. Switzerland runs bike sharing in Bern, in Zurich, in Geneva, etc. Now you have all data, all the streams, all bike sharing data from all cities coming into one single stream. But then you say, hey, you know what? I want to split it. I want to have a separate stream for Bern, separate stream for Zurich, because maybe the city planners or city planners in Zurich, they are interested in Zurich data. They don't care about what happens in Basel or what happens in Bern. So what you can do now in the new capabilities in event stream is you can just bring raw stream, do some transformation logic filtering, and then you can create another, and the output is another stream, and you can call it as Bern stream, and then you can then go and build additional experiences on top of that. So that's what we call it as derived stream. So a stream can become another stream. Doesn't necessarily need to have a destination. The data doesn't need to land. You can just leave it like that. What that does is, from an organization perspective, again, you are driving towards a democratization. You're not forcing users or end users to go and look for data in a particular destination.
Right.
You're giving them the freedom, saying, hey, I'm giving you a stream. Now you decide, where do you want to load that stream? You want to load it in a lakehouse? Go do it. If you want to load it in an event house, go do it. If you want to start triggering alerts on that, go do it. So, that's the kind of flexibility and freedom we are offering in this new capability.
Cool. Awesome.
Can you show me that? How easy is it actually to do a derived stream?
Yeah.
We're going off script here.
Yeah, totally. But I love this. So, and I think this is fun. And even if audience wants to see some things, then we can do that.
So if I just sync this quite easily to diagnose sync for the first thing, the workspace is that one, the key database is that one, destination table, I'll need to create a new one. Let me call it bicycles. Oops.
If you can actually type the word bicycles, yes.
Yeah, exactly. And there you go. Save. So this is perhaps the fastest event stream I could ever do. I have a demo data set. I'm doing nothing, and I'm just syncing it in my KQL database. But what if I would like to sync a filtered data set in my lakehouse?
Yeah. So let's, if you click on that plus sign, yeah, and here let's add a filter. I don't know what you have in your data, but hopefully you have something interesting in your data.
The bicycles, yeah.
So click on that little pencil. Yes. Let's look at what fields do you have. Let's say neighborhood. Okay, and let's put equals, I guess, London Bridge.
Oops, sorry.
This is impressive. This now is correct. That you just
London Bridge.
happen to know this, Devang, the data.
I have been testing this so much that I actually know all the neighborhoods in
That's impressive.
But hitting the plus sign just gave me a filter to the sync.
Yeah, so now you've added a filter between your raw stream and your destination.
Yes.
Now, if you click on add destination on top, yeah. You see stream? No. Still
sorry.
You see stream, exactly. Click on that.
Ooh.
And now you can put, let's name it as London Bridge stream, Make it London Bridge stream. It's easy to identify later.
Yes.
Yeah, click on save. And now take the output of filter data and connect it to the input of London Bridge stream.
There you go.
And just click on publish.
Now you just split your screen into a filtered stream.
Exactly. And now if you go back to real-time hub, You see London Bridge stream? So imagine if you're only interested in London Bridge stream data, you just have to focus on London Bridge stream. You don't worry about what happened upstream and the filtering, etc. You don't have to worry. You just go to London Bridge stream and start building it.
So with that in mind, right, with your example that you had, like, hey, city planners over in Berlin are only interested in Berlin stream, is that also a permission model then? Like, can I, for example, then in an organization say, well, Brian, you're only interested in, let's say, the Berlin stream, so I'm only going to give you permission to that Berlin stream. You're not going to see the overall stream.
Yes, so we will get there. Right now, we have not built permission model for each stream, but there is one interesting capability I would like to highlight. So, Brian, if I can ask you to go back to Real-Time Hub.
Yeah, sure. Sorry, I'm just clicking around here. Sorry.
It's just not scripted at all. This is perfect.
But so if you go to London Bridge stream and you get the context menu, the 3 dots, and you see endorse. Yeah. So with this, what we are offering, and these capabilities will get lit up soon, is building trust in your data, right? So you as a data engineer, you have built all these streams, and then you can endorse it, whether it's promoted or certified. So if you have a certified stream, then your users know I can work with this data because my organization has certified it, has built it, it's all ready to go. So I think we are also bringing that element of trust. So people, we all know there are so many data lakes and there are so many folders and data is all over everywhere. Can I really trust my data? Not always. But if I have these little, filters or little endorsements, I know that I can work with this data. So yes, that's where we are going.
Cool.
And I can also
we have a new show title actually coined by Fernando.
Diagnosing improvising data. Yeah, sure. There's also new.
This is really cool from the governance perspective. Also, you're able to do this. Yeah.
Yes. I can also now see a new retention option in my event stream. So I can now, on the default level in the event stream, set the retention period for that data.
Right.
Indeed. That's also the new capability. Again, this is completely off the script. We have not rehearsed or planned this, but because we are here, yes, now you can retain your data. You can retain your data on the new event streams up to 90 days. So you can keep it.
But not in V2. Apparently. Yes.
Apparently, yes.
I think this is a feedback item for the team. I don't know.
I take it.
It's fine. And if I were to build an old style without the extended capabilities, I could also handle the throughput of the events. But with the new capabilities, the throughput is automatically.
This will all get lit up. The retention, throughput, etc. Whatever is grayed out right now, this will all get lit up in coming days and months.
Okay. Great.
Awesome.
Great. Awesome.
Cool stuff.
So now, since we talked about data streams, right? So these are all the streams that you create, you bring into Fabric. Now, if you go to the second tab,
Microsoft Sources.
Yes.
Wow.
So with Microsoft Sources, what we are doing is we are going and discovering all kind of event hubs, IoT hubs, SQL databases, CDC streams that you have already created in your Azure environment. So we go and fetch it for you and bring it into Fabric, so you don't have to go and discover it and find it, etc. So for example, you see Event Hub 203. So someone in FellowMind has created this Event Hub 203. So you can find your Microsoft Azure event sources directly in Fabric. So we go discover it for you. So then you can say whether I want to work with it, whether I want to use it, I want to build my applications on top of it. So this is, again, the whole idea of Real-Time Hub is discoverability. That's the word, if I was to say, that's the word you should walk away with. You can discover your created streams as well as Microsoft streams in your Azure environment. Again, we honor the permissions. So only if you have permissions to that stream, that's what you'll be able to see. Nothing more, nothing less. All right. So that's what we do.
It's awesome. I mean, gone are the days of you having the Azure portal open to the side and copy pasting connection strings. That is all gone.
It is gone now. Yeah. I just click this tiny little icon. I think it's okay with Matthias that I demo this, that I use his database. And it's just a matter of clicking with a mouse, and then I'm ready to actually put in the CDC data from this database. So
Yeah.
This is really cool.
Yeah,
So
I won't do this now because then we will, break things. But it's a matter of creating a new connection and then configure the CDC, and then I'm good to go.
Indeed. Cool. And to answer Fernando's question, no, these are not shortcuts to Azure. This is just, think of it this way: we are querying Azure and bringing those streams and showing it to you in Real-Time Hub. And then if you want to use it, then you connect to it, and then the data will be fed into your event stream, and then you can start building all kind of cool applications on top of it. So no, these are not shortcuts. This is just discovering and querying Azure to show you the results in very simple words.
Yeah.
Cool.
If you would like to play with this, by default, if you are not in a workspace and you are not in the real-time experience, the workspace by default is my workspace over here. So please change that before you save it. And then here you can, of course, also change the name of the event stream. So
cool.
And the third thing that I would love to tell here is a third tab, which is called Fabric Events.
I love this because a few years back when we got Synapse Analytics, we could start a pipeline based on a file storage in a blob, right? And when we got Fabric, we were just like, where's this feature? We can't do that. But now we can do that. And sorry to sound like a phone developer, and so much more.
So yeah, exactly. So the first thing that you see is Azure Blob Storage Events. So people who are familiar with Event Grid, if you work with Azure and Event Grid could listen to events happening on your blob storage. And then you can build interesting applications based on those events. You could use Azure Functions, etc., etc. For example, a very common example is a file gets dropped into blob storage, and then I want to trigger my workflow.
Yep.
You can do that in Fabric now. We have taken the Event Grid capabilities, put it inside Real-Time Hub, and now you can get alerted and triggered on everything that's happening in your blob storage. So that capability comes into Fabric now with Real-Time Hub. So that everything that's happening with blob storage. And there is also something even more interesting. If you go back to Real-Time Hub, Brian.
Yeah. If I may just show one thing.
Yeah, of course. We are off the script,
Sure. Because if I set an alert, I'll select some events. I'll just select whatever blob storage something and cancel that one. But if I would like to, I need to select some events here, configure whatever. Sorry. That one. That mine. Next. And set filters. Okay. If I have a field here, perhaps a specific version or time or type or subject or something, I would love for the values to have a drop down, if that was possible. Because perhaps I don't know the item type or whatever things are going on inside Fabric, but I would love a drop down here in the possible values.
I see.
So
I see
that
what
might be a version 2 of this, but
yeah, we'll take that.
And let me close that one. So I'll need to go back to return.
No. Stay here. I think you were going somewhere very, very, very interesting. So imagine you select an event which is blob creation event, right? You've selected you've selected a subscription. So let's go select a subscription.
That one, and then I'll just do mine. There you go.
Yeah, and click next. View selected event type. So you have 10 selected. You can only say, for example, I'm only interested in blob created, right? So, if you go back and you have 10 selected, you can remove everything else. You just want to interested in blob. We should have deselect all as well, right? I see.
It is just, I'm just hacking, so I can just
yeah.
Okay, so blob created. Yeah.
Okay, and now if you click next. Okay, create source. It will take some seconds, but what I want to get to from here is now you're listening to what's happening on your blob storage account, right? That's what you saw. You selected a subscription, you selected a container. This will get to it hopefully very quickly. You can save it. Just click on save. Don't open event stream. And on the you see there are 3 options: action, send me an email, message me in Teams, and run a Fabric item. Choose run a Fabric item. So now you can actually trigger a notebook or a pipeline directly from here.
Right.
That's the purpose of run a Fabric item. This is a net new capability as well we've introduced in Data Activator and in Real-Time Hub, that now whatever you're doing, listening on your blob storage, you can start triggering a notebook in your Fabric workspace or a pipeline in your Fabric workspace. So yeah, you see, there's a notebook one, and that's it. You just set up the flow.
Oh my god! So that means that if things get messed up, or you didn't get all the data you were supposed to get and all that stuff, you can just rerun integrations, or I don't know, that type of thing. Because this is always a problem, because the data wasn't actually there when you tried to import it and stuff.
Indeed.
This is really nice.
Yeah. So this is really cool. We are so excited about this feature. I think this makes Fabric, not just about real-time intelligence, real-time hub. This makes Fabric even more richer, right? Now, whatever is happening in different experiences, events, etc., now you can start interacting and connecting different experiences together as well, and you can have a very cool data applications built in Fabric.
Awesome. Cool stuff.
And
don't save it in my workspace. Save it in another place.
Yeah.
And
give it a name, or use an existing one. Yeah.
Whoops. I think the brand is getting in the way. Let me just move it over. Sorry, Brian.
That's fine. Announcing data. Great. Now I'm just behind the icon. That's fine.
Yeah, sorry. I can probably
We censored
rearrange
you.
us. I will move myself up there.
You all know how I look. It's fine. It's fine.
No. You're the one who's doing this stuff, so.
While this is creating Devang, if I go back, I need to click the right window here. If I go back to my event hub,
real-time
Fabric events, I can also now do workspace item events.
Exactly. So now we only looked at blob storage or Azure storage. Now even Fabric. So for example, if someone creates an item in your workspace, or a lot of customers are worried about, someone by mistake deletes an item in my workspace and I don't even come to know about it. Here, you can set up a simple alert. If someone deletes an item and if that item deletion is successful, you can get alerted. So you get more control, more governance in what's happening with Fabric.
Awesome.
But not only, just like a preview or like a little bit of thing. It's not only going to be limited to Fabric workspace items. More and more Fabric workloads, lakehouse, warehouse, pipelines, etc., they will all start publishing events into this real-time hub. So you will be able to do a lot more triggering, alerting, governance, control on what's happening inside your Fabric environment as well. So yeah, it's all coming.
Awesome. So
I love it.
Question.
Yeah.
Cost.
Uh-oh.
What is this going to cost me? I mean, you convinced me, right? It's great. It's awesome. I love it. I'm here at the dealership. I love the brand new luxury car that you're trying to sell me on. But so what does this all cost?
Oops, sorry. My bad.
Great question. So real-time hub that you see on the screen, that itself is not going to be costing anything. It will not consume any CUs. Right. So this data streams, Microsoft sources, Fabric events, this catalog that you see, that does not consume any CUs. Okay. What will consume CU is you create an event stream, which is getting data from some source and putting data into destination, and you're doing all kind of transformation logic. And for event stream, we already have a pricing model or explanation on the docs. In the interest of time, I'm not going to go through that. So that's number one. So if you use event stream to bring your data into Fabric and process it and store it somewhere, then that's going to what is going to cost you. Number two, if you're using one of the data stores, whether you put data in your lakehouse or whether you put data in an event house, which is also part of real-time intelligence, then that data store also comes with its own CU consumption model. So that's what is going to cost you. That's number two. Number three, all those alerting that we saw, run a Fabric item or send me an email or send me a Teams message, that's all built into the data activator cost. So under the hood, Now I think it becomes even more clear. Under the hood, it's data activator. So
Right.
that's part of your data activator cost. That data activator is going to constantly monitor your storage account or your Fabric workspace or different streams, and it's going to set, take number of different actions. So that's part of your data activator cost. So your real-time intelligence costs would typically fall into 3 buckets: event stream costs, event house costs, and your data activator or under the hood reflex costs. So that's where the cost will go. And we have on the docs, we have explained how those estimations work. How do you estimate those costs? What do you have to consider, etc. So it's all out there, but there are nothing like new being introduced here. It's the underlying services that are going to be your cost meters.
Great. So what you just said was, if I go back to my real-time analytics workspace and I click here, I can actually see where is that event I just created on my blob storage. Shouldn't that be saved here?
Did you save it, that reflex item? If you did, it should show up here.
Oh, okay. So it did not. Okay, but it should have been here, right? Yeah.
Everything else was going so well, so something had to fail.
Yeah, it's fine. The demo ghost is always there.
It's how it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it would have been here if I didn't get a 500 error.
Exactly.
Okay. Great stuff, Devang. What else do we have on our slides?
We've only covered a part of it. We still have a
Well, I mean, we're also already over 50 minutes in, so maybe we should do a part 2 live stream.
I would love to come back for part 2. I'm enjoying my first live stream, so
Maybe that's what we should do.
It's just something that we should maybe consider doing more of a deep dive on. But anyway, please feel free to continue.
Great.
No, so I think let's maybe, if you say we can wrap up, then I think we can try to go towards wrap up. I think the core new capability that we've introduced is real-time hub. That's the box that you see around all these little pink icons. So we've looked at that, and that's really we were most excited about as product team when we were like building this and like, wow, this is, I think, going to make a difference. So that's real-time hub. Under the real-time hub, we talked a little bit about event streams, how you can stream your data into Fabric. You can do all kind of cool transformations, create derived streams. You can do that. Event house is if you followed the Fabric story, real-time analytics, we had KQL database. Event house is simply a collection of KQL databases, right? So imagine you as an organization, you want to create more than one KQL database, but you want to manage them consistently. You want to apply the same policies. You want to apply the same permission model. You want to do everything consistent way for all databases. So you put them inside an event house. Event house, in simple words, is a collection of KQL databases. So that's the new capability we've introduced. Reflex is something we saw. You can create alerts and triggers. You can send a Teams message or an email, or you can run a Fabric item. You can do that, but it also integrates with Power Automate flow. So you can also then use some of the Power Automate connectors to do much more things. We've also introduced what we call it as real-time dashboards. I think that deserves maybe another follow-up session. I think because we can show some cool capabilities in there. And last but not the least,
real-time dashboards are intriguing though. But anyway,
yes. Last but not the least,
the funny story around dashboards is that it is actually the second visualization tool from Microsoft after Power BI. So perhaps it will be big. We don't know. Or So
anyway,
after Power BI was
released, I can see Jay's expression, and I'm like, I can almost guess the question.
Yeah.
Anyway, we should maybe take this offline first.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we're teasing the part 2 for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
What's happening?
Sorry, and then we cut you off, Devang. You were saying...
No, it's okay. It's okay. I think we deserve a part 2, and I think we deserve an offline conversation. That's definitely
yes.
What I want to highlight is with new capabilities in real-time intelligence, we are also going multi-cloud or cross-cloud. So now you can stream your data from AWS Kinesis streams, or you can stream your data from Confluent Kafka, or you can stream your data from Google PubSub. So now, just the way OneLake was able to shortcut to other clouds and bring data or being able to query that data in streaming world or in real-time world, we are able to connect to these non-Microsoft data sources, at least Google PubSub, AWS Kinesis, and Confluent Kafka. Hopefully the list will grow as well. So we are able to do that. So now you can really make, the promise of Fabric is to make OneLake as a data gravity layer in an organization. So that's towards that. That's towards that purpose. Right. And we are also supporting, as part of this, CDC streams from Azure SQL, PostgreSQL, MySQL, and Cosmos DB. So those are net new additions as part of real-time intelligence. I think we've given you like an overview of what we've built in last 6 to 9 months. And if you are interested and if audience is interested, I think Brian and I would love to come back and go into other elements and do a deep dive.
We'll for sure do that. But if I'm now watching this, where can I go to learn more, get started, or like read some more about this whole thing you introduced?
Yes. So number one, if you want to start now, we have a tutorial, real-time intelligence tutorial, and you can start playing with it right now. You'll be creating some streams and you'll discover real-time hub and you'll create a dashboard. You'll do, it works very well. It works with the same London bike data. So that's number one. Then if you want to go deeper, like, wow, this is cool, I want to really go deeper and learn, then we have Learn module on real-time intelligence. So you can then follow that Learn module and, discover and learn about all the concepts, capabilities, features, how they work, what they do. And then if you get even more interested and even more intrigued, and if you want to go deeper, then we also have the Applied Skills module where you can also
there you go.
Learn how to implement an end-to-end real-time intelligence solution. So, and this will also, in few weeks' time, show up as part of certification as well. So we know today DP600, the Fabric certification doesn't include real-time intelligence, but we are getting there. So it will also be part of the certification if you're on the certification path and the track. So that's how you can do something with real-time intelligence today.
Awesome. Well, I mean, this was a whirlwind tour of, I think, only scratching the surface actually of this whole real-time intelligence thing. So yeah, I would love to have you, I don't know, Martin, what you think, but I think it would be great to have a follow-up and dive into more specific items here. The real-time dashboards, I'm going to take you up on that to have a private conversation first.
It's going to be the battle of the dashboards. So real-time dashboards versus Power BI. We have Jay versus Devang.
No. It's just that I think as Microsoft, we need to make sure we are aligned.
Yeah, but Jay, on a funny slash I can't think of a word. Brian and I are actually going to develop some content on that.
There we go.
Yeah.
In a month or so, perhaps someone will do a training day in Germany on dashboarding.
Well, that is awesome. Let's see how it's going to pan out.
If you live in Europe, you are welcome to join us in Rhineland for a day or.
There's so many teasers in this live stream. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's too many almost. Well, I really enjoyed this conversation. I love the real-time story. I also love the speed in which this was developed and the awesome strides that we're making. So thank you so much for being here, Devang, Brian, for showing this. And as always, Marta, thank you for co-hosting with me. And
we always have a good time.
Yes.
You guys were awesome. For my first live stream, I have had so much fun. You guys were awesome. So thank you, Jay. Thank you, Martha. And Brian, always love to partner with you. So
yeah, and thank you for being here. And thank you for having me and Devang, Martha, and Jay. I really loved being here. So yeah, looking forward to next time.
And thank you all for watching. So we'll be back. And I guess we'll be back with at least...
It's going to be a part 2.
Yeah, there will be a part 2, but maybe something else as well in the meantime. Who knows?
So stay tuned.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.